So President Trump's top White House economist and choice to join the Federal Reserve Board, Stephen Myron, is on track for Senate confirmation as soon as Monday, just a day before the Fed kicks off its key two-day meeting on interest rates. Timing is everything. President Trump is continuing to put the pressure on too late Powell, citing a historic economic boom. Listen.
I call him Too Late. His nickname is Too Late, okay? Jerome Powell, Jerome Too Late Powell. But he's a year late. And despite that, we have the best economy we've ever had. We have the best stock market we've ever had. In other words, what we've created is so strong. We have $17 trillion going to be invested in this country. Think of it. They didn't have, they had nothing. They had people leaving our country. We have the greatest boom in the history.
Larry, the incentives, maybe there was a time during Reagan, that second tax cut in the Reagan administration was great, but the tax incentives, the deregulatory incentives, the trillions of dollars that have been promised, a lot of which is beginning to come in, is the only thing holding up a real economic boom that Americans all across of all different class levels can feel. Is that being held back by Powell now at holding rates pretty much where they are?
Yeah, I think President's right about Powell, Too Late Powell. I've been guided by Chris Waller, who feels that the neutral rate allegedly is 3%. They're at 4.5%, so why aren't we at 3%? We're in a more neutral position right now. I do, however, think that one issue is that the Trump administration has inherited a Biden economy that's worse than people thought. Okay. And I think we're discovering that with the job revisions. Whatever blame you want to blame, all right, and the BLS needs a thoroughgoing overhaul. The fact remains, the last two benchmarks lost 1.5 million jobs. Right? That's point number one. Secondly, in recent months, the job numbers have been very poor. Private sector, and I'm excluding what we call government adjacent to healthcare and social assistance, because that's really not private. Real private sector jobs have been flat. They haven't fallen, but they've been flat for 4 months. And you saw the unemployment claims jump, I guess it was yesterday. We'll see if that holds. So I'm just saying, I think the economy is worse. The inherited economy is worse. The president's program is just beginning. There is the makings of a business boom, a CapEx boom, because of the incentives you mentioned, the 100% depreciation, very important. I think factory orders are booming. Mr. Trump loves factories. He wants to build American factories, and he's right about that.
CapEx.
And he's trying to create. So besides CapEx, the factory stuff is just beginning to kick in, and that will be a huge job creator. It will be a productivity creator. It will be a real income, real wage creator. I'm not sure all that stuff is happening just yet. We will see. Now, with all that said, we could be growing at 3%. That's what the Cleveland Fed GDP tracker. I haven't checked it this morning, but I think it's around 3%. So it's just that the Bidens gave him a terrible economy. That's sort of this big government socialism, as it turns out, didn't work so well. You know,
No, it didn't.
And
you would have thought they'd know that by now. But
no.
Jackie, are all of these incentives going to kick in? I have to put it in a political sphere. Are they going to kick in before the midterms? That is to say, a lot of American voters out there aren't yet feeling it.
Right.
They are still stuck with the fact that they can't afford the things that they were able to before the pandemic, before Biden increased 50% the cost of government. Are we going to see these incentives kick in to a point where everybody can feel it before the midterms?
I hope so, and I think so, and here's why. Scott Bessent said he thinks this fourth quarter will be very strong. The manufacturing groundwork is being laid, and that's going to take a while to bear fruit, but as it gets up and running, it will contribute. Also, we talk about the big, beautiful bill and some of the tax cuts that were in there. Those haven't been baked into the cake. If you paid tax on your overtime, for example, you haven't necessarily gotten the credit for that. The accounting will see that in taxes that look back on this year when people file next year, I believe. And so when some of these things start to flow into people's pockets, that's when they're going to start to feel better about things. But I agree with Larry that the economy was worse when Trump got it, and that housing data, the employment data.
Housing, too.
Housing also,
too.
but they were hanging their hats on a strong labor market, and it was all a farce, and that's a serious, serious problem.
It is. It's a big issue. You know, Charlie Kirk was warning. He did it on Fox and Friends. He did it in several interviews just weeks before this horrible event. He was warning that younger people are still feeling a pinch, and that prices are still rising, and that home ownership was still out of sight, and that the American dream was not there. And he said the Mondami factor, or whatever he called it, was an issue because the very reasons that they went for Trump in 2024, the younger vote, the college vote, the Gen Z vote, whomever, young people, Charlie was a great leading. They could go back to the left.
Yeah.
They're looking for a solution, and we better provide them with a solution. I'm very keen. No one's going to like this particularly, but I thought a lot about this. At first, I didn't like it, but now I do. All these tariff revenues coming in. Now, the president talks about, what number did he say? $17 trillion of investment?
Foreign direct investment since he took office.
Yes, I know the president quite well, and he does occasionally embellish, just occasionally embellish. However, he mentioned this different. Tariff revenues are booming. For the calendar year in which his first year, he'll probably get a couple $100 billion. Could be as much as $300 billion for the first calendar year. So I'm thinking about this.
Give it back?
Yes.
Yeah.
At first I didn't like it. Save it for tax reform. I don't want to give it to pay down the debt.
It's the American people's money.
Yeah, give it back to them.
They deserve it.
Give it back to them.
They deserve it. They pay for it.
Give it right. Give it, and that complements. See, this is very important. The overtime and the tips, very important. But give the revenues back to the people.
They need it. I agree with you 100%.
And that's just going to, and I've got John Thune coming on today.
Oh, talk him into it.
He's a good man, John Thune, and he's basically a supply sider. But I think I'm going to propose this, to be honest.
But they're thinking about it, right?
Good.
The administration has said they've been considering it.
It's been discussed, and people say, well, I don't want to use it to pay down the deficit because that's giving it back to the big government socialist bureaucrats in the first place.
Yeah.
We were talking about that the first hour.
If you want to pay down some debt, fine, but it doesn't excite me. Give it back to the people.
And then for all the lefties who said, this was a tax on the people, well, you're getting the credit back.
Give it back to them. Right. Heck yeah. They're the ones who are going to support the factories.
Okay.
All right. Coming up, President Trump's message for Zohran Mamdani.
Give them their money back.
Give them the money back, folks.